Hello everyone, I am Asta Chauhan and today I am going to take you on a fascinating journey through the evolution of the internet. We are going to explore three major generations of the web that have fundamentally transformed how we communicate, share information, and do business online. Think about it. Just 30 years ago, you couldn't instantly message your friends, watch videos on demand, or buy anything from your couch. The internet was completely different. So stick around as we explore how we got from static web pages to decentralized systems powered by blockchain. Introduction. Let me start with the big picture. The World Wide Web has undergone remarkable transformation since its creation in 1991. These transformations are typically categorized into three distinct generations or eras, each with different technologies, user behaviors, and business models. Here are the three key eras. First, Web 2.0, the foundational era running from 1991 to 2004. This was all about information delivery and consumption. Websites were like digital brokers, static, read only, and updated manually. Second, Web 2.0, the participatory era from 2004 to the present. This is where everything changed. Suddenly, users weren't just consuming content, they were creating it. Think Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. This is the social web we all know and live in today. And finally, Web 3.0, the decentralized era, emerging around 2018. This is the future we are heading towards. It's built on blockchain technology and gives user back control of their data. It's about ownership, transparency, and trustless systems. Web 1.0. Let's dive into Web 1.0, which we call the read only web. If you were online in the 1990s, you remember what it was like. Picture this. You were trying to access a website from your favorite band. The page just loads and loads and loads. Eventually, you see a static page with some text and maybe one or two images to get new information. The website owner had to manually edit the HTML code and re-upload it to the server. The characteristics are static content, read-only access, limited interactivity, no user-generated content, information-centric. Technologies that are used: HTML 3.0, markup languages, CGI, file server, flat database, dynamic content generation, etc. Now, coming to the real world examples that are including Yahoo, personal home pages, Britannica.com, Alta Vista Search. So, considering Britannica.com, an online encyclopedia with static content, right? What are the user roles? The user experience was passive. You were basically a spectator, you could browse, search your information, and read. But that was it. Information flowed only one direction, only from content creators to you, consumers. You had no ability to comment, share, or modify content. There was no community, no interaction, and no personalization. Now let's jump to Web 2.0, which emerged around 2004. This was a revolutionary change, not a technical upgrade, but a philosophical shift in how the web worked. Web 2.0 introduced the concept of participatory platforms. Suddenly, you weren't just a customer anymore, you were a creator, a contributor, and a participant. Revolutionary features are dynamic and interactive, user generated content, social networking, cloud based services, mobile accessibility. Core technologies that made Web 2.0 possible are JavaScript, frameworks, AJAX, that is asynchronous data loading, cloud computing, and APIs. Look at the platform that dominated Web 2.0. In social media, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. These let billions of people connect and share their lives. Collaboration tools such as Google Docs, Slack, Notion, people could work together in real time now. And about content platforms, we have YouTube, Medium, WordPress, where you can interact with each other. So the impact was enormous. Web 2.0 transformed users from passive consumers to active participants. You could create a profile, post content, comment on others' work, and build social network. Real-time feedback created immediate engagement. Mobile apps made the internet ubiquitous. But here's the catch, and this is important. All your data went to the platform. Now Facebook owes your photos and connections. YouTube owes your history, viewing history. Twitter owes your tweets. So the platform became gatekeepers of your data, right? Now we arrive at Web 3.0, the decentralized web. This is very thing that really interesting. Web 3.0 is built on fundamentally different principles than the previous two generations. It's powered by blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, and cryptography. The core idea: return power to the users. The key principles are decentralized architecture, user data ownership, blockchain based, trustless systems with AI powered. The technologies that made Web 3.0 possible are blockchain, contracts, they are self executing codes, cryptography, AI/ML, all these made the foundation of Web 3.0. Now, so what does Web 3.0 actually look like in practice? So the things are like technologies that are used is decentralized finance, DeFi. You can see app like Uniswap and Aave let you lend, borrow, or trade without a bank. Then we have NFTs and digital ownership. You can now you can own a unique digital assets like art, collectibles, and even virtual real estate. Then we have decentralized social media. You can see their DOAs. Project like Lens Protocol let your social graph instead of a company owning it. Then we have metaverse platforms. Decentraland and the Sandbox are building 3D virtual worlds with blockchain-based ownership. So the real examples are imagine you are an artist on a Web 2.0 platform like Instagram. Instagram takes 30% of any sales. On Web 3.0, you could sell your artwork as an NFT directly to the collectors. They get the artwork and you get paid and nobody takes a cut. Now, let me break down the key differences. So, like for user role in Web 1.0, you are passive. For 2.0, you are active, and 3.0, you are a owner, right? And coming for user control, Web 1.0 gives you about 5% of control, and Web 2.0 gives you about 30%. Furthermore, Web 3.0 gives you about 80% or more control over your data and digital life. Coming to the data ownership, in Web 1.0 and Web 2.0, the platform owes your data, but in 3.0, you owe it. So it's a huge difference. Coming to the monetization model, Web 3.0, 1.0 was all about advertising. 2.0 is about added paid services, but still mostly ads. But what about Web 3.0? You are directly compensated for your contribution and data. Speed and performance, Web 1.0 was slow because of limited bandwidth, and 2.0 is fast because of cloud infrastructure. 3.0 is decentralized, so it's slightly slower, but more secure. Coming to the advantages and challenges. So you have basically complete user data ownership and control, enhanced privacy, transparent and immutable records, direct monetization for creators, no middleman taking cuts. Now, but Web 3.0 again has its own challenges that are technical complexity. It's hard for regular people to understand. Then we have scalability issues. Current blockchain can't handle as many as transaction as a centralized system can. Then you have environmental concerns also, like blockchain validation uses significant energy, right? And poor user experience. It's not as user friendly as Web 2.0 platform yet. Volatility, if we see that cryptocurrency prices swing widely, which affects asset stability. So, the evolution timeline of web is looking at the timeline shown here, you can see the progression. Like in 1958, first network connections, or like ARPNet is born. And in 1969, first network connections. In 1991, you can have World Wide Web created. This marks Web 1.0. Then coming to in 1998, Google emerges, the first major Web 2.0 shift. In 2004, Web 2.0 explosion with Facebook. 2010, smartphones take over. And then 2018 onwards, Web 3.0 begins emerging with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, coming to the next slide, now we have future implication and convergence. Here's what I think is really important to understand. The future won't be purely Web 3.0. Instead, it will be a sophisticated blend of all three generations. In the short term, from 2025 to 2027, Web 3.0 users interface will get much better. Blockchain will become faster and more scalable. More companies will adopt decentralized approaches, and regulation will become clearer. And in medium term, from 2027 to 2030, mainstream adoption of decentralized social media, AI combined with blockchain systems, real world assets get tokenized, and also AI combining with many metaverse. So, for the long term, Web 3.0 principle became standard. New forms of organization and governance emerge. Let me give you three key takeaways. So, the web is always evolving. Each generation solves problem from the previous one while introducing new possibilities. Your role in the web is changing. You have gone from passive consumer to active participant, and now you are becoming the owner of your own digital life. The future is hybrid. The best part of Web 1.0, that is information access. Web 2.0 is about interactivity and community, and Web 3.0 is about ownership and control. Will combine to creating something incredible. So, to wrap up, the evolution from Web 1.0 to Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, it represents a fundamental transformation in how humans interact with digital information. Web 1.0 established the foundation. Web 2.0 created interactive, connected communities, and Web 3.0 is giving power back to individuals through decentralization. Understanding these generations is essential if you are going to participate in the digital transformation of society, whether you are a developer, a business person, or just someone trying to understand. The future internet will likely be sophisticated blend of all three generations, optimized for their respective use cases. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this presentation helped you understand how the web has evolved and where it's heading. If you found this valuable, please give and subscribe for more content on technology, web development, and digital innovation. Feel free to drop your questions in the comment and section below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.